Alcohol and substance abuse has been an epidemic. Putting youths at a high risk. Research shows that 16 to 24 years youth are involved in drug abuse. University students among the population most affected by alcohol and substance abuse. Narrowing down to Kenyatta University, Nairobi campus, drug abuse has been a parasite among students.
Wanataka kujua watu feel aje wakitumia, nikamwa wacha pia mimi chape puff.
Na communities tunafanya ukwe upate that feeling,
sucking the very life out of them and leaving them like a corpse, empty. Join us as we look at how this problem has adversely affected Kenyatta University students.
We worked in Kenyatta University and got to interview a few people on their perspectives about drug abuse among students.
What I can say about drug abuse is that this is when people take drugs it is done medical, in medical reasons, and it can greatly affect them mentally, and they also become addicted. So mostly drug abuse is highly taken in Kenyatta University. For example, alcohol, bang, weed, and many other drugs.
The check is that Kenyatta University drugs are being used by students, and mostly because in the school we have a student annex where students go at times to somehow enjoy themselves, and you find that some of the students come and sell the drug to them. I speak about Malchuara, I speak about the bank, and many other drug substances that are being used in Kenyatta University.
Drug abuse has been a major problem in Kenya, and mostly it's affecting the youth. And in that perspective, we are looking at the students in universities. Take an example of Kenyatta University. Most of the students are abusing drugs in Kenyatta. This is due to the lack of supervision from the parents. Some of them had broken, some of them peer pressure, both from, we can say pressure both from his peers and the parents, and we can also say that some of them abuse drugs just because they want to show off to their friends.
We also got to interview a businessman who sells mirror just near the campus, since he finds students good customers of his products.
Mimi naitwa Boke na nimetoka ipande ya Wakairo, nina biz pale hivyo madamin nini maviatu za madem. Kwanza venye jo chukia sasa watu wa rotejo hapa, venye ati matinzi yanza kutolewa nini, hiyo jo hadi jo tunakosa hadi wira pale hivyo, hiyo jo haifai hivyo. Anje gawa inafaa ishughulikie hadi mavijana.
As legislation tips in favor of marijuana legalization, more campus students are turning to pot as the drug of choice. On some campuses, marijuana overweighs even that of alcohol.
Unachikitire si yenyewe tunaitanga kwa shamba, alafu tukifika kwa gate si yenyewe tunatambwana nao mawochi, unajua hawezi tu sell out, tunacheki. Sasa zingine tunawaimamula kiasi ya kufunika nao macho na tunaingia chuo tunafanya busy yetu.
Okay.
Yenyewe inatokanga Ocha, imemeshwa Ocha juu huko, alafu sisi tunaitoa kwa supplier wetu mwenye ameitoa Ocha huko.
Ito shashi, kuna test mingi but yenye ni common sana ni shashi.
Changamoto ziko nyingi juu kuna masnitch, kuna watu wanaenda kuwasema juu yenyewe unajua weed ni kitu illegal. So unajua kishikwa nayo inakuwa noma.
Binge drinking and continued alcohol use in large amounts are associated with many health problems.
reason why students take drugs is due to they have a lot of they take it for pleasure and peer pressure, financial constraints, and most of them they are loaded with a lot of work, which makes them to run away to get drugs so that they could feel high or something like that, and without knowing the effects of them, in which it can affect them mentally. They become addicted and they can engage in violence.
We have different effects of drugs. We have because when somebody uses drugs, you know, you find that your mental is being affected somehow, and some of the students move out of class. Even they can drop out of school and also make things out of there that can make their lives to be in danger. For example, when you lack money to buy something like a drug that you're addicted to, it makes you to go to crime, stealing for that matter. So students in Kenyatta University somehow may involve in crime and also things to speak about. Wengine wanaweza pigana pale kidogo kwa sababu when you take something like bang and you take it to the mental, it somehow tells you that you are high and nobody can stir you. So many take it, and also they may involve themselves in things like vita and many other things like violence.
Some of the effects of drug abuse includes poor health, and by poor health I mean your body is not able to utilize the nutrients it's required from the food, hence it leads to malnutrition. Another effect is poor performance, and we know that when you perform like terrible, your ever scoring is, this will lead to discontinuation. And some of the drugs usually lead to violence, and you know, when you deal with violent issues, mostly it will land you to jail, and this will earn you a criminal record. This criminal record will make you not to get a job anywhere.
Marijuana, also known as bang, is a combination of shredded leaves, stems and flower buds of the cannabis sativa plant. Marijuana can be smoked, eaten, vaporized, brewed, and even taken typically. But most people smoke it. The high rate of drug abuse among campus students can be attributed to a number of factors.
Kwa majina naitwa Neli, so nasoma KU, I'm in School of Education. Hii story na kutumia weed ama watu wengine huku nje mapero wanaziita ni bangi. Nilianza nikiwa after nimemaliza high school actually. Nilikuwa nimevitiwa bash na besh zangu fulani. So kufika pale before tuanze kupati, mmoja akatoa blunt kwa mfuko. Akasema the only way ya ku get lit before bash yenyewe ianze ni ku puff goi moja. So mimi sikuwa nimetumia any drug before, but then curiosity ile ya kutaka kujua what will happen ika take over. So ilikuwa mtu anavuta alafu inaenda round alafu ikanifikia. So just out of curiosity nikamwa acha nijaribu. Feeling ya kwanza naweza sema okay, mwili ilikuwa tofauti, but then una feel tu ni kama uko light, nasikia ni kama kuna ka energy kama ingia. So mimi sikuwa natumia drugs before niende hiyo party. So wakati blunt ilianza kugo round, at the same time nilikuwa nataka kujua watu feel aje wakitumia, nikamwa wacha pia mimi chape puff. And I guess hapo ndo nilianzia. The first feeling nilisikia ni kama yani nimeingia tu mood ya kupati tu, yani nasikia tu uko high. So nikamwa So kuanzia hapa I guess that's when it happened. Kajipata tu hata naenda najibaia mimi mwenyewe. So me kusmoke weed vile inanisaidia. Mostly me smoke kama nimetoka daro and then nimechoka nasikia ku relax. Inakuwa relaxant ingine noma by the way. Inanisaidia personally kwanza mimi nakuwa na shida ya kulala. Huwa napata hard time nikiingia kwa bed, inadai kulala, ina take time, so but nikichapa hata puff tatu hivi I'm good to go, naweza lala fiti. Alafu kuquit kwanza story na kuquit hata gava hata wanapoa legalize stuff, usifiki quit time, so ile positivity yenye napata kutoka kutumia kwa wiki ni kitu usioni naweza taka kuachana nayo.
And these factors include
stress, as students are facing the high demand of coursework, part-time jobs, internships, social obligations, and more. Many turn to drugs as a way to cope. Course load, whereby students more than ever are taking stimulants such as Adderall to help them stay awake long enough to study or complete assignments by their due dates. All too often, these prescription drugs are obtained without a legitimate prescription. Curiosity. Campus students are exploring many new aspects of their lives in personal and professional realms. It's not uncommon for that exploration to dip into drug experimentation. Peer pressure. Campus students who are surrounded by other people experimenting with recreational and performance-enhancing drugs are more likely to try out these substances for themselves.
Hi, I'm Dr. Safia. I'm a psychiatrist working in Mind and Brain Clinic. Drug abuse can lead to many issues in health, social life, and relationship. Primarily, it can affect the individuality of the person involved. The person can become very annoyed, irritable, which can affect the person's relationship with people. It can affect the performance in the job, it can decrease the productivity, it can affect the financial status. There are a lot of health risks associated with the drug use, like infections, nutritional deficiencies. People using substance are more prone to mental illness like depression, psychosis, anxiety disorders. Vulnerability for sexually transmitted diseases is more in people with drug use.
Workers said, any person or any community hoping to change a specific delinquent problem must accept the fact that it is a long, thoughtful process, often of discouragement and delay.
It is expensive in terms of money, time, and effects. It needs hardly to be pointed out. However, the result of delinquencies or antisocial behavior is twice as costly.
The problem of antisocial behavior is for the whole community and should not be left to a few institutions like schools, churches, police, courts, and professionals like psychologists, psychiatrists, and social workers. It should be recognized as their own problem by every individual in the community